The marketing for Paradox Junction was a disaster, with it seeming as if Treyarch didn't have confidence in their own new map. Outside of marketing, there were leaks and rumors about what the map could be, and it had the community up in roar. From the looks of things, the community came to an early conclusion that the map would be nothing more than a reused asset playground that would play like a survival map, deeming Paradox Junction as an unacceptable experience. I mean, can you blame them? Nuketown Zombies for the third time, the Blunder Gap for the third time, the return of a renamed Plague Hound, and no new content like perks or field upgrades. And I think the worst part was we as players had to wait 3 months for Paradox, which was labeled as a standard map experience for the DLC season. It started to look like we would have the Tomb 2. This created a very bad impression on the map before it was even released, with many stating before even playing that the map is bad and the developers are lazy and so on. There was no hope for Paradox Junction, whether that was due to expectations being set, cope, or being tired of Treyarch's approach to specific content. The map was set to fail before it was released. But was the community wrong? I myself shared a bit of the same sentiment as well, so was I wrong? Well, with Paradox Junction now being officially released and spending some time with it, I'll be giving my first impressions on the experience. This will not be a full-on review, as I hope to save that for the far future, but more of how I'm feeling on the map and to see if Paradox Junction is as bad as the community and myself to some extent made it out to be. So with no time to waste, let's get right into it. I'm gonna get this out the way now. Nuketown is originally a multiplayer map that has continued to return many times over the years. This is the third time we see Nuketown as a zombies map, and I'm gonna tell you this is an overall negative no matter what way you look at it. Treyarch is delivering a remake of a map that we as a community do not need. It's bad, especially due to how much we as a community have been asking for new original content and ideas, but I will still give the map a fair chance. So let's talk about it. This map is half beautiful. Due to the time travel mechanic, we are able to jump in between two types of Nuketowns. One pre-nuked, which is standard Nuketown, with a ton of children's chalk drawings, and the other is a post-nuked, which is a destroyed Nuketown. This version of the map is more akin to Nuketown Zombies from Black Ops 2. The nuke in the distance with the destruction of the town gives this apocalyptic feel to it, and I love the orange or red hue of the map compared to its counterpart, which is boring to say the least. But let me not knock the standard version of Nuketown too much. The chalk drawings around the map are interesting as it tells the story of the twins following our characters all the way back to Terminus, with drawings of most of the BO6 and BO7 maps. During my first playthrough, I spent a lot of time just looking at the drawings due to how mysterious they felt. It got me asking questions as some of the drawings might be clues to what we can see in the future. So although the Nuketown is more beautiful, I would say the standard Nuketown, giving us a more clear look at the chalk drawings, helps with the environmental storytelling. But outside of that, this version of Nuketown seems very uninspired. Something that Treyarch continues to deliver on is the music and sound design. Here in Paradox, the sounds, the ambience, the round change music, the music during the Easter egg steps, the Easter egg song itself, it's just amazing. It fits the theme and sounds perfect on this map. It reminds me of stuff from Child's Play, you know, the horror movie with Chucky. It's very similar to it, and every time I hear it, I'm just like, it's great. Lastly, the seamless transition with the time travel mechanic does so much for the atmosphere, giving this instant clean transition that looks great and feels great as well. Instead of some type of portal spam like the Tomb, we get an instant switch, which does a ton for the atmosphere and a good flow of the map. Which leads me perfectly into the gameplay. The seamless transition is not annoying nor a disruption. It makes the map feel like it flows better and is a unique mechanic to the experience, which I think BO7 has been doing a decent job with. Every map so far has had some type of difference with it outside of the atmosphere. The truck on Ashes, Oscar and Mars on Astra, and now the time travel mechanic in Paradox. I think the mechanic itself is great, but I do have some issues with it. Why does it cost so much? $1,500 for solo is crazy, especially with how many things I need to spend my points on. It throws me off so much with the price. A reasonable price would have been like 500 points or something. Also, the fact that after every dog round you travel through time causes some inconveniences, especially when doing the main quest. It can be annoying at times, but if you optimize your rounds, it shouldn't be too bad. Overall, a good map mechanic that helps separate itself from many other experiences. Let's talk about the enemies. Returning are plague hounds, or no, my bad. A new enemy, radhounds in quotations, acts very closely to the plague hounds from Cold War, but in this game, they are on something else. They are very fast, they leave a strong gas when killed, and way too many of them spawn. But to be honest, I like it. They feel like a real threat instead of something that's just in the way, and aesthetically they fit Paradox. I do like the enemy, and although returning from Cold War, it doesn't bother me much as it's been a minute since we encountered them. But you know what doesn't help the experience? Shock mimics. Yes, the return of the plague is here. Shock mimics are some of the worst enemies ever conceived in the Treyarch headquarters. I'm sorry, but there is no reason for them to be on this map. They are just another reused enemy that hurts the overall experience. It would have been much better if there was no special or elite enemy on the map at all. Bringing back a reused enemy that we literally saw last year was not a good decision. But there is one redeeming quality. They are not spammed throughout the match. It's really just one shock mimic per round. Thank goodness. Well, at least for now. The radhounds are nice, but the shock mimic is unacceptable. But due to the simple roster of enemies, the gameplay loop with them is actually not bad. It's pretty enjoyable. I know I just slammed the shock mimic, but they don't pose much of a threat nor annoyance in your basic gameplay loop. So let's move on. The Blundergat is the featured wonder weapon on this map. Returning for the third time, similar to Nuketown, it's fine. Doesn't do much to blow our minds, it looks great, feels good, but man does it suck sometimes. The new variant though, is nice. The Sundergat splits the souls of our enemies with various types of firing options, and is blue, a good color on the weapon. It's a fine addition to the map gameplay wise, but wow does Treyarch fail at explaining why things return. We literally have no idea why this weapon is on the map, and it wouldn't be so hard to explain why. Here's this thread from Stanley557 where he comes up with the most basic way for the Blundergat's return. It's surprising sometimes how we lack this type of detail for things we use in zombies these days. And yes, I know we have a new variant of the Blundergat, but seeing it for the third time is unnecessary. All of these reused assets really hurt the map for me, but to be honest, nothing here really hurts the gameplay. Some of it enhances it. The gameplay is very smooth and nothing that feels like it ruins flow or consistency. And yes, the layout is Nuketown with an open road, but the spacing is pretty decent, leaving room for good training and camping spots, which is important in any zombies map. It plays like a survival map, a good one. Nuketown historically in zombies has played questionably. With BO2, it was more challenging and difficult, as with Alpha Omega, it was annoying. But here in Paradox, it plays very well. But it runs into the modern zombies formula. Outside of the main quest, there is no side content to engage with that changes up how you play the map. No unique side quests or equipment, which is something zombies desperately needs right now. Yes, the map has ideas that are unique like time travel, but the core gameplay loop is pretty much the same as a survival map. Treyarch, please start adding some unique side equipment and quests to these maps. It does so much for identity and replayability. There are currently side Easter eggs that are pretty good, like the 115 clock or the mannequin clown mask, but the rewards are all the same. Free perk, free pap crystal, free ether tool, it's all the same. Give me something that's unique to the map. I will also note that these side Easter eggs help a ton with progression, due to how much points have to go to teleporting. So with many reused assets and lack of new things, overall the gameplay and progression of the map is good, and is what's expected. But we need to take it a bit further with some unique side content. I'll speak on high rounds slightly as I don't know much about them, but I heard they're good. So one day I'll go for around 100 or something. But now I want to speak on the star of this whole experience. The thing that I believe surpassed everyone's expectations and helped this map stand on its own 2 feet. And that, my friends, is the main quest. This quest is so engaging. As it utilizes the map's time travel mechanic, the player goes between the 2 types of Nuketowns to solve parts of the quest. The quest is basically 3 children's games that you have to work towards to play, and once complete, it leaves a relic that needs souls for it to reach its final destination. The relics themselves all relate to Samantha Maxis, with the story being told of the twins possibly being a split version of her. as each twin has information on specific things that Samantha experienced in either the Ether or Dark Ether storyline. It's very intriguing, but that right now is a community theory. Back to the quest, it's super fun. I have done it so many times at this point, and I love it. It fits the map perfectly with the theme of the twins and carries so much personality. The best thing about it though is the ability to approach it however you want. Quests historically have always been like this, but more linear, as one step can't continue without the next. But here in Paradox, once you put the chalk on the swing, you can start progressing all the children's games at the same time and obtain the Sundergat. This allows the player to optimize and approach the quest how they want and when they want. It's fantastic design. My favorite step is for sure the piano step. I don't know music theory like that, but I did take a class, so I was able to have an idea of what I was looking at. But the transition from playing the keys into the song is just mwah! It's beautiful. Steps like that, even though small, give that spectacle that is important in any quest, which BO7 has been doing a good job with so far. One of the mode's strengths that I think has been lost a bit is this idea of optimization, but here with the main quest, it can be seen. The Dark Heart, aka the boss fight of Paradox, is pretty good. It's always nice to see Treyarch deviate from the bullet sponge type bosses. The boss doesn't directly attack you in most cases, as you just have to complete these tasks to be able to do damage. It's a straightforward boss fight that's different, and for that, I see it as a good finale to the main quest. But I do want to talk about the boss fight in Cursed. I have unlocked all the Cursed Pack-a-Punch camos for this map, so I have plenty of experience with this boss fight in that mode. Treyarch decided to do something different. As the standard fight is smooth and poses a light challenge, they crank it to 11 here in Cursed, with unbelievable amounts of Radhounds and Mimic spam. It gets to a point where the objectives nor the boss are the main enemy of this fight. It's the fucking special enemies. The first phase is fine, and the second one is tolerable, but holy fuck, the amount of times I died trying to get the Cursed Tier 2 Pap Camo just because of those dumb fucking tormented zombies that stumble because they can't handle a little shove from a Mimic moving at the speed of sound is ridiculous. Oh, and if they even stay in the Radhound gas for even more than 2 seconds, they decide to stay on the floor and fucking suffocate just cuz. Like, my goodness, there was just something about Cursed Tier 2 that I couldn't beat. Also, one thing I want to note, this is totally off script, but if you stay in the fucking back or do whatever for too long, the tornadoes just start coming for you, which makes no sense because they shouldn't even spawn yet until the boss fight part. But no, if you're holding a Mimic in the bag or whatever, you're just waiting too long during the fucking phase, it's just gonna rush you. 2-3 of them trying to damage you that come like 5-10 minutes after just waiting. My bad. I failed probably 7 times in that boss fight. I was losing hope, but I eventually beat it with some strats that I found online. You can easily find them, but just know this: Disciple Injection. It's funny because I did Cursed Tier 3 first and beat it on my first go, and did the same with Cursed Tier 1. But Tier 2? Yeah, fuck that. Anyways, outside of the boss fight just being genuinely unfair at times, the increase in difficulty in Curse is much appreciated, giving the player more ways to approach the battle instead of just standard or round 100. The main quest is amazing. I love it, and the ways you can approach it. I'm gonna say it, but this is a top 3, maybe even the best main quest in Modern Zombies. It's so good. But I want to touch on one last thing. It took the community nearly 12 hours to complete this quest, making it the longest hunt in Modern Zombies. Crazy, right? Nuketown Zombies Part 3. Everyone thought we were gonna solve it in less than 2 hours due to that tool that allows players to see triggers on a map. But it didn't seem to affect the hunt. Maybe Treyarch cracked down on it or something, but thank you and props to Treyarch for figuring it out before the map launched. But yeah, 12 hours on a map no one had hope for, and yeah, Treyarch surpassed everyone's expectations. Hopefully they can keep this up in the future. It was genuinely surprising and refreshing. I'm going to touch on the story for a bit. The intel in this map is interesting and gives us more insight on the twins and the Warden's motive, progressing the story as it needed to. Also, my favorite intel is the one where the twins are speaking to Requiem. I know it's simple, but I love Requiem. The intro cutscene was also great. Man, the energy and the presence the Warden has, it's just menacing. And he really believes in what he's trying to do. and I love him as the main villain. Shout out to the voice actor, keep doing a great job. The end cutscene though, it's fine. It doesn't do much, but hints us to where we're going next. It's more of a fun cutscene, but doesn't do anything crazy. Now, I have seen people complain about the cutscene not telling us where we're going next, and I just don't get it. Like, we in the past used to theorize about what's next and what's to come. It throws some mystery in the air that zombies been needing. Due to leaks or just straight up knowing where we're going next, like in BO6, this is the first time where we have no clue what's coming up. But we can theorize due to the slight information we have and the drawings around the map. If you follow me on Twitter/X, you should go follow me. You know that I'm a fan of Carver, and my boy is losing hope. He really needs his soul back. Hopefully he gets the next map, but yeah. Overall, the story in this map has me asking questions and wondering what's next, and this is what makes zombies so special. And I'm very happy that it's here with us in Paradox Junction. But, Treyarch, gotta start paying stuff off, please. Paradox Junction is a map that has so many reused assets and old ideas. Nuketown, the Blundergat, old enemies. These are things we all seen in the past, and it's unfortunate that they have to return in a game where Treyarch themselves said they can go all out. It's the biggest negative of this experience, but with the time travel mechanic, half beautiful atmosphere, a standard enjoyable gameplay loop, good side Easter eggs, even though lacking in uniqueness, interesting story, and a banger main quest, Paradox finds itself balancing the good and the bad, where instead of the map being average or boring like many, it comes with its many negatives, but enough positives to make up for it, making an acceptable experience. Although more could have been done for sure, I'm satisfied enough to not hate it. It surprised the community and surpassed many of the expectations that were set before its release. And for that, Paradox Junction deserves a bit of respect. Due to the circumstances or decisions, Treyarch found a way to make a map that was destined to fail to be a decent experience. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And let me know how you're feeling about Paradox Junction. I'm enjoying it even though it has all its flaws, but I'm still interested to see how other people feel. Anyways, have a good day and goodbye.